YouTube. We are here in Tampa. We're at the JW Marriott. This place is gorgeous. You need to get here, check it out. Come on, let's do this. We're here in Tampa. We're at the JW Marriott. I've got Chef Roy Bryant from Restaurant 6 on 6. We're going to do our world famous rapid fire questions. Chef, are you ready?
I think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Did you study for this?
Was there a test?
Yes. No. All right. So when you were 10 years old, what did you think you were going to do for a living?
Honestly, I was so obsessed with toys and video games, I didn't know what to do with myself. But funny thing was, I really did think I was going to get in the kitchen business just because my family's involved.
Yep.
Dad was a chef, mom's in the food and beverage. She works for It's a bakery. So
that's cool.
It's in my blood. And
yeah, side note, my great-grandfather was a chef. My grandfather owned a restaurant. My dad owned a restaurant. I grew up in the business, but I don't like your side of the business. I don't miss it at all.
No.
I love to eat it, but I don't want to be in it.
Right.
So what got you into the restaurant life is your family? Did they push you in it, or did you make a choice?
So the funny thing was, they tried to scare me out of it, just like any other, say you don't want to do this. And
right.
My dad brought me to one of his jobs. He's like, let me put him on the line. He'll get scared of the fire. He'll cut himself, burn himself. And the first day I was just hooked. It was exciting, fun, pretty plates, learning how to cook everything.
Fire and pointy stuff.
No, it was just meant to be. And I told him after day one, I want to go to school for it. I want to do this. This is what I'm made to do this.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, when you have a passion for something, that's go for it. No matter what it is, whether it's a camera, a chef's knife, whatever it is, you make it happen. What is your favorite food? What can you not live without?
Live without. I love Mexican food. It's just I need spice. I need spice in my life. It's a good burn in a good sense.
You like the heat?
I like the heat. I like the heat in the kitchen, the heat in food. I feel I would if I go anywhere, especially moving to a new city, I'm where can I get a great
Where are you from?
Taco. Originally from Philadelphia.
Okay,
Jersey area.
So it was good to get out of the cold into the heat.
Exactly.
Right? Florida.
No, right? Exactly. No. I do miss the seasons. It gets way too hot here.
Yes.
But the great food scene out here, and I'm always looking for craving great Mexican.
So I'm sure you have a favorite tool in the kitchen or something you can't live without in any kind of way. What is it?
I feel the spoon, honestly. I think you just see the jokes of chefs putting spoons on their tattoos on their arms and everything. I just when it comes to plating, I'm always have my plating spoons, my tasting spoons. I'm always tasting everything constantly. I feel the chef knife is your right hand, the tasting spoon's your left, because you want to taste everything in there.
True story. I've been thinking lately to take that question out because I feel it's going to be the same answer. But you know what? It really isn't. And that was the first time anybody's ever said chef's kiss, tasting. That's really awesome.
Thank you.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, we know what the current situation is in the entire economy, but specifically in food service. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it for you with staffing?
It's incredibly difficult. Growing up, I see how hard it was in working in the industry, because it's not meant for everyone, especially even people my age and younger. They don't know what it's like, or just in that general, but especially in today's world with how hard it is, and to just not only find jobs, this and that and the other. People have lost jobs and lost careers, but just getting people back into the work industry, it's they're scared. First of all, it's the money's out there isn't enough, but just to find that true passion in someone to really work the line and grow in a company, and just in general, it's hard. And it takes a lot of time, passion.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about 10, 12, 15 hours a day in the kitchen. it's a grueling life, but it's rewarding in so many ways.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I think you're right. A lot of people don't get that. I can appreciate what you're saying there.
Yeah, no, it's holidays. It's you know like the events like Super Bowls coming into town, and you know like there's long hours, but it's the reward of making those memories. And it's not just serving a plate of food; it's an experience to me.
Well, it's the camaraderie too with your team.
Oh yeah,
you know it's
family.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day, we see them half the time more than our own families, but you build that relationship. And I have cooks that have reached out to me in the years and been like, I remember we worked on the line together, and like I love where you've grown in your career and my career, and it's crazy to see that. And from all different parts of the world too.
Awesome. Picture this: Mike Tyson, Andy Warhol, Jack Sparrow. Which one of those individuals embodies you, or do you embody them?
I think Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little weird. At the same time, like you see the tattoos and everything else. I like a little kookiness in me, but at the same time, like
it's a pirate ship.
It's a pirate ship who like in the crazy world of pirates. But no, I feel like that lifestyle of like the kitchen's scary, the pirate's scary, but at the same time like you're a leader, and they all follow Jack Sparrow into the belly of the beast.
I love it, man. And I always my daughter, 6 years old, loves pirates, right?
Yeah.
So I always put these in there for her so she watches my videos.
Nice.
Love you, baby. The best piece of advice ever given to you?
Never stop being hungry. My dad told me that. A lot of great chefs, David Daniels, inspirational people that I've worked for, and as all my leaders told me, like even if you get to that next spot, like don't feel comfortable, like always look for more improvement, because if you think you're perfect, then at the end of the day you're never going to want to stop growing.
If you're comfortable, you're going backwards.
Exactly.
And that's just so true in everything. Chef, thank you for sitting down with us here with Rapid Fire. Really appreciate you. This segment was brought to you by Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters. Make sure you check them out on Amazon. The coffee is bad ass. Thank you.
Hey there, this is Marvin from Cahaba Club. I want you to keep watching and stay tuned to Walk and Talk.
They call me Don Pablo, and 20 years ago, I discovered my passion for great quality coffee. Today, we're roasting excellent quality coffee that's rich, smooth, and very complex. It's a taste that's new in the world.
Hey YouTube, it's time for another walk-in confession. Let's go. Okay, so Chef Roy, we're in the cooler, we're in the walk-in, and we all know what happens in the walk-in. All kinds of stuff happens in the walk-in. I think you know the segment, something crazy that's happened that you've seen, been a part of, no names are necessary. We try to protect the innocent. What have you got? I mean, what's the scoop?
I mean, there's so many good stories just like over the years. I'd say like a lot of memories and just made in the walk-ins in general. Especially in particular in this walk-in recently, we actually ran out of steaks on top of a busy weekend, any holiday weekend.
I can help you with that too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
And I was ready to, it was funny, I was ready to prepare to cut them down. I was like, all right, we're out of steaks, like you're missing one, let me run across, ran in here, started panicking, like there's nothing in here, let me run downstairs to the butcher room, nothing there. And I actually had to run across the street to the other property.
Oh my God.
Just to get a steak on the line. I was like, hey, let me get a ribeye. I don't even have ribeye. It's like, how about a New York strip? And sure enough, I had to go tell the guest, like, so sorry, sir, just ran out of the last ribeye. Your brother over there took the last one, but I got a New York strip for you. That'll be just as good, if not better.
All right, so you're running across from, I don't know, like 600 yards from property to property. That's why this guy's in shape. Don't look at my belly. He's in shape. Just saying. So here it is again. There's issues that happen in restaurants within the building that interfere or could potentially interfere with your meal. But at the end of the day, these guys are like literally running marathons so you get a pretty plate and something fun to eat, something yummy, all right? So always take care of your waiters, your bartenders. If you see the chef, give them a hats up, whatever. And I appreciate you doing all this today. We're gonna now jump into some food. We're gonna get all those sexy food pics. They're coming, all right? And awesome, let's do it, man.
Let's do it, let's work it out.
Let's make it happen. right, so listen, chef, wow. Look at the beautiful food. Why don't you explain what we got going on here?
Yeah, absolutely. So start off the meal, we got a little bit of snapper crudo. It's a fresh Florida snapper, served the easiest way and freshest way possible. Some fresh lime juice on there, some chili oil, a little bit of a shishito aioli. And we have some garlic chips, some sliced Fresnos, a little bit of acidity, a little bit of heat, and it's just that perfect Florida bite in your mouth to start the meal.
Let's check that out. What else you got going on here?
So over here we got a crispy chicken leg. On the bottom is going to be a brown butter carrot puree. Underneath of that chicken is going to be some crispy sunchokes. It's a Jerusalem artichoke. Treated it almost like a potato, nice and crispy, skin on, fried. And then it's the sauce on top of that chicken leg is going to be a lemon charmoula. Finished with some pickled Fresnos and shallots, a little bit of micro cilantro. Fried chicken plate, just taking that whole new level.
Yeah, I mean, this looks really terrific. You said Jerusalem chokes?
Jerusalem artichokes.
Otherwise known as a?
Sunchoke.
Sunchoke, all right. Hey man, I was just checking. What do you got there?
So over here we have our focaccia crusted grouper. That's gonna be with a mushroom brodo, a little bit of arugula gnocchi, some pea tendrils on top, pickled
Wait a minute.
shallots.
Wait, hold on. Did you say arugula gnocchi?
Arugula gnocchi.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we make fresh potato gnocchi, add a little bit of arugula in there for that bright green color, some peas in there. It's just a perfect seasonal dish.
Going right into that.
That's gonna be packed full of flavor. It's actually the dish that got me the job. So.
Armando, why don't you come on over and explain the drinks?
Absolutely. So I'll start with the drink that Chef is holding in front of him, one of our specialty cocktails called the Lavender Fields. So it is a gin-based cocktail. For this particular one, we wanted to have a gin that was a little bit more approachable while still having a little bit of a kick to it as well. So we actually have it a Sorgin-based gin, a Sorgin gin-based cocktail. So what makes that gin a little bit more, like, stand out more than some of your other gins that you'll find on the top shelf is that it's actually 43% ABV, alcohol by volume, which is gonna be a little bit higher than your standard 40% that you would find in some of your Bombay Sapphires, some of your Tanquerays as well. But even though we have that tiny bit of an uptick in alcohol by volume, it is actually complemented beautifully by grapefruit zest, a little bit of lemon zest in there as well. We actually have a Sauvignon Blanc distillate, which is kind of like the little secret ingredient in there that just brings out all of those kind of citrus notes that we would want to complement the rest of the ingredients in that cocktail. So Sorgin gin based, but we also have a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice in there just to cool off some of those aromatics in there, some of that juniper berry in there as well. A nice lavender sugar syrup that we do make in-house. So we just use a touch of that. Once again, we have enough citrus in there, enough aromatics in there. We don't want the cocktail to be too sweet. And then we use a nice little rosé lillet in there. So that's gonna just continue the trend of offering multiple layers of grapefruit, multiple layers of citrus notes in there. So every sip you're getting just citrus, you're getting a little bit of sweet, you're getting a little bit of wine in there as well, and obviously you're getting a little bit of dryness from that wine aperitif and those Sauvignon Blanc notes in there as well. Then we just finish it off, which is why you see that little froth on top, with just a fresh egg white. And we just give it a nice little dry shake just to get that head just really frothy on top. Add a couple cubes of ice in there, shake that up, really strong, good shake, just so we get like that perfect separation of froth and liquid on the bottom.
Armando, you're a badass. I watched you make these things, and dude, you're right on. I appreciate you.
Of course, anytime,
and I
my
appreciate
friend.
you being on the show.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you.
Anytime, man. Thank you for having me.
Chef, so here we are, right? We're breaking bread together. First of all, appreciate you letting us take over the hotel. I mean, we've been all over this place today, and thank you. And you got a really badass tattoo. As we're sitting here right now, new segment just started. You're the number one person, first person. Gonna be called Kitchen Inc. We're gonna focus on tattoos of the guys and gals who put your food together, and I think it's gonna be pretty badass. That's pretty badass. What does it represent?
So it's the nerd and kid in me decided, you know what, I wanted to get a nice memorial to like my little brothers growing up, simpler times, video games, and two of my favorite characters growing up, video game, and my tattoo artist in Orlando, Mike Indazzo, art, huge guy, and he had a lot of fun with this, lots of hours, but
I mean, that's so well done. We'll tag them in the description below too.
Yeah, for sure.
So that is awesome. Chef, again, appreciate everything. We're gonna YouTube, we're gonna enjoy this meal. You don't get to hang out for that. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thanks, sir.
Cheers.
Awesome time.